people aren't able to accept certain parts in themselves. So how can we expect them to accept those parts in another person? So I went to a poetry workshop today in Langston Hughes House in Harlem. And the theme for today was about basically betraying yourself, and how when you betray yourself, you're not just betraying one person, there's multiple people inside of you. It was like eye-opening for me, because it was like, wow, when I feel like I'm betraying myself, it's because there's other people. That what the analogy was is like, there's other people inside of you that don't agree with you, with the decision one of you is making, and I'll say the current you. And another thing that was said was like, you have to be, all the people inside of you, inside of your house, have to be in agreement for something, or like for a relationship, or it's not gonna work. This also makes me realize how so many people walk around and they don't fully agree with themselves and their identity. But what I wanted to say from it right now is that what I got out of it, and some knowledge I shared in discussion, was that like, we don't acknowledge all the different people inside of ourselves. And one reason why is because of society. When I dress up nice, I'm known for dressing nice like almost every day. But that's not the full me. That's only one part of me that you see, that you know about me. I only dress nice when I go out in public. My family, they see a messy me. They see me at home all the time. I don't dress nice, just be looking raggedy. And basically, it's like, with our jobs, with all the things we have to do in this capitalistic society, we are not given the opportunity to show up as our authentic self. Put in a stereotype and are expected to be one way. And when we don't show up in that way, we show up in a different way that aligns more with ourselves and how we're feeling that day, may be met with resistance. That has nothing to do with us and everything to do with that person. Because when we decide to show up that way, we choose to accept how we're feeling and how we're doing that day. And if the other person can't accept that, they're not able to accept or believe that it is possible for them to do the same thing. I still try to show up as my authentic self as much as possible. And what I've noticed is, people will put you in a box when they are used to you being one way, and you don't do that, then they don't know what to do. For example, one day somebody saw me without all my colorful clothes on, and they're like, why are you wearing why are you wearing these clothes today? I'm used to seeing you in your rainbow attire. But this is just one example. Think about like pregnant women who are like, society, and they have a job. Society still expects them, their boss still expects them to show up to work, but they're fucking pregnant. They can't. And the point that I have to make about this is that people aren't able to accept certain parts in themselves. So how can we expect them to accept those parts in another person? Sally or Karen, she can't accept the fact that she can't live in her authentic self. That's why she gives me mean treatment, looks at me weird when she sees me in person. Sally doesn't allow herself to express joy, because she has to be serious all the time because she's an adult. When she sees me, that's why she gets really mad, because she's not even able to do it for herself. The point I'm trying to make is that, like, when I heard that, like, there's multiple people inside of me, it makes sense, because maybe I'm disconnected from one person, and when I do one action, it affects all of us. And so I know all the other people are affected, but I can't pinpoint who's doing the affecting, unless I actually sit and assess how each person that I am aware of is feeling inside of the house that is me. And so this workshop really just twisted my mind in that, like, there's so many different aspects. Like, for example, the inner child me, the angry me, the sad me, the one who doesn't want to do this. And they said, put them all together at a table, and I guarantee you they're not all going to get along. Someone's going to be mad, someone's going to be sad, someone's not going to want to do this, someone's going to want to do this. Maybe this one person is putting all these other people at risk. And later on, all of them, there was like a lot of more prompts to go into, but one of them was your inner child. And my inner child does not like that I have to go to school, that I have all these commitments. My inner child just wants to go out and play in the sun. And I realize that now. I'm connected to my inner child. I play, listen to music, I go on YouTube, I dance, I twerk, I scream and yell. I do all these things still because it makes me happy, it makes me feel alive. And I already know this, but so many people aren't connected to their inner child, and that's why they are the way they are. But this is helping me realize, and I have to do the inner work more right now, but what other parts of me are disconnected? What parts am I not connected to right now? And that's why I'm feeling the way I am. Because you are my TikTok babies and I love you guys, I'm going to read both. There's 3 poems. I'm gonna read the first one and the second one. Which version of me wants it more? Is this what I meant, what I said I wanted more? An altered path from what I intended to explore? An older version of me, knowing I deserve more, or actually less of this mess. I acknowledge that I don't align with this, and therefore I must deal with it. Instead of suppressing how I feel, I must first assess what doesn't sit right with me and why. What is my actual truth? Where do I really align? In efforts to achieve or experience more, I betray myself, or actually find myself in places I know I do not align. Is solitude the better path, or do I fear I will find myself alone? I realize I owe these strangers nothing. I only owe myself and all parts of me the truth, and nothing but it. Here's the second poem, and it feels more like just journaling. I call the parts of me unheard to come forth and speak your truth. The truth you have suppressed to maintain unfulfilling relationships, to maintain unfulfilling roles, to maintain unfulfilling experiences. The parts of me that never fully agreed with the situation, but were suppressed for a so-called bettering of myself. A bettering of myself that is more actually like the smothering and drowning out the inner dialogue of myself to fulfill something I don't fully stand with. I call these voices to come forth. I'm unsure of this person. I don't feel comfortable around them. They do these small things where I can clearly tell they're trying to tear me down. I like being your friend, but not around these people. Not at the expense of feeling shame for the person I love, the person I am and love being. I feel blindsided. I came into this class expecting to learn one thing, and the teacher clearly doesn't care. So why should I? You say I need the class to graduate, but it's not fulfilling or helping me, so why should I care? I feel I'd rather be at home or somewhere that actually cares about me, something I actually care about. This was not expected to appear in my path. I can either walk away or choose to go through. But this time, I'd rather walk away because this feeling does not feel true to me or true to you. I remember someone saying, if something does not let you up inside and make you feel alive, it is not meant for you. But what about these other things to consider, says current JoJo, who knows they want more and deserve more. Other versions of me say, is that really true to you? Is this what you really want to explore? thank you for showing me how this doesn't sit well with me, even though I knew that all along. So those were the two poems, and I think after talking about this right now, it's like, it's hard to sit with yourself and listen to all of these different parts of yourself. And it's even harder when there's someone knocking at your door, when you have all these responsibilities and things to do. And I think I just want to do that more now, because I don't know. Like, I'm glad I went today because it's helping me see how there's nuances to experiencing life. There's different parts of me that feel different ways, and how can I come in agreement with something that truly feels right? What decision truly feels right to me? What steps do I need to take? And maybe another part of me feels frustrated that maybe I can't do anything about it, you know? So, bye-bye.